Pennsylvania League of Angling Youth. Keeping It Cool. Written by Andy Fedor. Edited by Spring Gerhardt. Design and illustrations, Ted Walk. Photos by Andy Fedor, Walt Dietz, Darl Black, and Mike Bleach. Read by D. Fisher. Keeping it cool. It's that time of the year again, and you know what that means. Snowmen, sledding, warm fires, snow forts, ice skating, and hot cocoa. And let's not forget fishing. Targeting panfish through the ice is a great way to enjoy fishing in the winter. It's also a great way to spend a winter afternoon with your family and friends. The equipment and techniques are a bit different. It might seem confusing if you've never tried ice fishing. Don't worry, because this issue of play will help you get started. You'll learn about panfish, safety, equipment, and techniques. Panfish Profile. Panfish are smaller game fish that are just the right size for the frying pan. That's how they get their name. When somebody uses the word panfish, they're talking about several species of fishes. Bluegill, red ear sunfish, pumpkin seed, black crappie, white crappie, yellow perch, and other fish are lumped into this group. Panfish are fairly easy to identify. Most panfish, like sunfish, have flat bodies and spines on their dorsal fins. Perch are a bit more torpedo-shaped. Panfish are easy to target. They tend to school together in the winter. You may need to move to several different spots before you find them. Try fishing above drop-offs and other underwater structure. Avoid docks, stumps, and rocks that poke through the ice. The ice around docks, stumps, and rocks may be weak. Safety first. Dress for the weather. Think about clothing first. Feeling cold could end a great fishing trip in a hurry. Avoid one heavy layer of clothing. Instead, wear several thin layers. If you get too warm or begin to sweat, remove a layer. Avoid cotton clothing. Cotton will not insulate when it's wet. Synthetic clothing or wool will keep you warm even when it's wet. Winter clothing suggestions: wool socks, insulated waterproof boots, waterproof gloves or mittens, winter hat, long sleeve shirt, scarf, sweater, thermal underwear, warm pants, snow pants, water repellent, wind resistant jacket. Safety gear. Bring safety equipment such as rope, a throwable flotation device, ice awls, and ice crampons, cleats. Ice awls are used to pull yourself out if you fall through the ice. If you don't have crampons, sprinkle sand on the ice. Don't forget sunglasses, lip balm, warm beverages, and snacks. Ice safety. Never wander onto the ice until you're sure that it's thick enough. We'll show you an ice thickness chart in this issue to help you decide if the ice thickness is adequate. Make sure you check the ice by drilling several test holes as you go. Ice safety thickness chart. Ice may not be the same thickness all over. Stay away from stick-ups like brush, logs, plants, or docks. Stay away from multiple pressure cracks on the ice. When ice fishing, spread out because crowds can add too much weight in the same area. When fishing from shore, be extra careful near rivers and streams. Moving water wears ice from underneath, so the ice may look thicker than it really is. Make sure you study the chart so you know when it's safe to go on the ice. Ice thickness support. 4 inches of ice thickness can safely support 200 pounds, about one person in their gear. 5 inches of ice thickness can safely support about 800 pounds, or one snowmobile. 7 inches of ice thickness can safely support 1,500 pounds, or a group of people. And 8 inches of ice thickness can safely support about 2,000 pounds, or one car. Hitting the ice. Tip-ups are easy to use. They are perfect for setting the bait at different depths to locate fish. A flag acts as a signal, like a bobber. Tip-up spools are rigged with ice fishing line, a swivel, and a piece of monofilament leader. A hook is tied to the line and a sinker keeps the bait down. Minnows are a popular bait. Waxworms, mealworms, rat-tailed maggots, mousies, grubs, and maggots work great too. Scatter tip-ups at different locations and depths to cover more area. Keep your face away from set tip-ups. The flag can pop up and injure you. You'll need to cut a hole into the ice. Use a hatchet, spud bar, or an auger. Scoop or skim any small pieces of ice or snow from the hole with a ladle. Store your equipment in a 5-gallon bucket and use the lid as a seat. Some anglers use a sled to carry gear. Dance a little jig. When tip-up action is slow, jigging is a good technique. Jigging combos look like miniature spinning rod outfits. The tackle works the same way, but the technique and lures are different. There are several types of ice fishing lures. Jigs are hooks with molded lead weights. They are brightly colored and sometimes have feathers or yarn. Flash baits are similar to spoons. They flutter and flash. Swimming lures swim or spin in circles as they are jigged. Try adding live bait on the hook to entice fish. Minnows, maggots, and waxworms work well. Lower the lure into the ice hole and slowly lift the rod tip up and down. If the fish aren't biting, wiggling the lure sometimes works.